poppin' in the streets, everybody? I believe, therefore I am KingSylartv. Hope you're doing all right today. Back with some more content. We are joined with my good friend, Apex the Legend, aka Roddy Sylar, Mr. Jacory.
Yo.
We're back. So obviously, as you guys know, one of the big things that I'm a really big fan of course, is anime, Marvel, MMA, martial arts, things of that nature, photography, videography, stuff like that. So I think it's safe to say that I have a lot of interest. But obviously one of the bigger things that definitely I was interested in was as a kid is anime, because I went from martial arts to anime because there weren't enough martial arts movies out like that. And yeah, so that's just what it was. So today we're going to have a little back and forth, you know what I'm saying? See if our ideas aligned or our philosophies aligned when it comes to anime. So we have our first topic today. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, so give me your anime hot take.
Okay, technically I have two.
Okay, well you gotta write it down.
Oh, okay.
Your anime hot take. And just in case you guys don't know what an anime hot take, it's pretty much is just simply a strong opinion that you think may get you in trouble, or a controversial opinion that you think the masses may not agree with. So let's go for that. I'm ready. All right, I'm ready. All right. Should I go first? Or you want to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, go for it. Gotta show the audience.
Okay, should I say like do both one at a time or just?
Yeah, knock.
All right, so my first hot take is Itachi is overhyped, Sasuke 2. Second hot take is anime is not getting any better because, you know, quantity over quality.
That's a lot to unpack, but let's just jump right into this. Oh my God. Okay. I'll give you Sasuke. Cause let's just be honest. I feel like Sasuke is the overly privileged. I think that he had a hard life, but he's the overly privileged kid that just keeps like just getting power for the sake, because he's the only one who can actually handle them. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Itachi's eye, Obito helping him, stuff like that. You know, the moon seal and stuff like that. It's kind of like it, you know. So I feel like he was, and one could probably say the same thing for Sasuke, but it's just, he seems just like naturally, it's just like he's the cool character that's supposed to be really good at everything. So yeah. So, but Itachi, nah, bro.
Word?
You're tripping.
I'm tripping?
You're tripping.
You're tripping. I don't think so.
There's no way.
I don't think so.
Why do you think Itachi's over?
Okay, first of all, right. I guess we can all agree, right? Itachi in the Naruto universe, right? He is like the set example for what a shinobi is supposed to be. Okay. From a young age, we saw him go through like, it's like he saw his best friends get killed, his first Genin team get killed when, on his first mission by, I think, Obito actually. Obito killed them. But also in the sense of, even like the third Hokage even said it, like, he is basically like what a shinobi village would need. He's the ideal shinobi in the shadows. And yeah, he's extremely smart. Don't even get me started. Like, he's smart. He's learned everything. He learned everything exceptionally fast. He was the youngest Anbu soldier.
Anbu member at the age of 12. Mm-hmm. Or was it 13?
Didn't he become a captain? He was the youngest captain.
Yeah, the youngest Anbu captain at the age of 13. Mm-hmm.
Right after Kakashi. So like he beats Kakashi with that. It's just, to me,
because it sounds like you're not really. Doesn't really sound like he's overhyped. He sounds like a pretty accomplished motherfucker.
No, yeah, for sure. He's pretty accomplished. But like when you get to like everything after that, to me, he's just kind of boring. First of all, his whole philosophy of killing the Uchiha clan, right? Understandable. We understand why and how that happened, right? But I just feel like you didn't need to make Sasuke hate you like that, bro. Like, that was such a weird, to me, that was such a weird, like, little, like, big brother thing for him to do. Like,
yeah, because
you ain't got enough hate.
Well, because he wanted him to close the circle, because he knew if his Sasuke was too young to understand what would happen. Because if now that we know the whole scope, because obviously, and it's funny because RDC World was talking about this, we didn't know that Itachi was a good guy until after pretty much Shippuden. It was pretty much at its like kind of like at its peak, so to speak.
For sure.
We didn't know, but if you think about it, like, he had to do that. Like, I have to kill my clan because they were going to revolt against the Lee village, which were resulted in all the rest of the other villages, in which we've kicked their asses for the last like 3 ninja wars, would come and try and conquer us. But Itachi knew that that couldn't happen. So what do? Had to kill them all.
Yeah.
So it's like a sacrifice for the greater good. Because like it was like only maybe 200 maybe Uchiha clan members, maybe max, maybe 250, compared to the thousands of people that live in the village. Yeah, probably more. You know what I'm saying? If you count the kids, the children, the old people, and the other shinobi, come on. So yeah, they're up 1,000. So it's like, but it don't sound like, bro, you're making a good point. It just seems like you just don't like his character.
No, I love, like, listen, I do like Itachi.
You can't say he's boring and then say I like it.
I mean, I do. Well, I just feel like the whole, like, just doing that to Sasuke, and like, I just feel like he could have, like, later on, you know, he didn't even have to be like, I will put you in this genjutsu and just gonna fucking torment you for like weeks on end.
He had to complete the cycle.
I don't see, because at the end of the day, we understand that the way that Uchiha work and how they get their power is through that cycle of hatred, because Tobirama even said it first. The people who love the hardest in the shinobi world are the Uchiha. They love the hardest. And once that love is completely taken away, all they have left is hate, right?
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. But that's the whole point. If he did not do that, if he didn't make it, because he knew that realistically, he wanted his little brother to kill him because he's the only person that actually deserves it. Like, he had to replace that with something. Because if it would have just simply been him killing his family and then nothing happening, you know, and him just, you know, of course, obviously, you know, the truth coming out and Sasuke learning that, you know, he did it because his parents were going to revolt and stuff like that, Sasuke would have been conflicted and he would have been in danger. But what did he do? He painted himself a villain for the entire world, and then inadvertently, in a wide way, aside from threatening Danzo to not, you know, don't do anything to Sasuke.
Don't touch Sasuke.
Right, don't touch Sasuke. But he painted himself the villain, so therefore there's no reason to think, there's no reason for anybody to go back and tell Sasuke the truth or whatever case. He covered it all up. So Sasuke had to be the person to kill him because that was his plan all along. If I make you hate me, then you won't ask any questions. You're just gonna know that you killed our family. I don't need to ask no questions about why you did it. I just know that I need to kill you, and that's what Sasuke did. And then what happened? As soon as he found out that it was all a setup, switched up real quick and said, I'm gonna destroy the leaf.
I remember that.
So that was a cool fight,
though.
So all I'm saying is Itachi's good. He's good. You can say what you want.
Okay, all right. But besides that, one thing that I kind of like, it does aggravate me a little bit, is besides what I said about him being overhyped with that, another reason why I feel like he's overhyped is just his power scaling. Like, I understand that he got ninja aids, right? I don't even remember how he got ninja aids. Did they ever cover that, actually?
I think they said he I think somebody, it's one of two things. Either he got it from the Third Ninja War and using his Mangekyo Sharingan too much made it worse, or it was a disease from using the Mangekyo Sharingan.
I think it was No?
I thought he got it in the war.
Yeah.
I could have swore I thought I read it somewhere he got it from the war, but obviously we know the Mangekyo Sharingan can strain your body after time if you don't get the internal one, so I don't know. It is. All right, let me
Besides that, the reason, what I'm about to say is, right?
Okay.
All right, so I have friends, well, one specific friend who loves Itachi a lot. He loves him so much, but it's like, bro, we get it. You feel as if Itachi didn't have ninja aids, he would be the strongest character out, right? I don't think so. Like, number one argument that I saw on Twitter was the fact of Itachi versus Madara, Itachi would win. Don't believe that.
That he would win?
That he would win, that he would beat Madara.
No. No.
Exactly.
No. Thing about it is like Itachi is just that. He's just that really versatile. He's a Swiss Army knife. He's got something for everything, pretty much. Like he's one of the most.
He's the Batman of the ninja world.
You could say that because he does take on a lot of grief and a lot of shit. So, I mean, you could definitely say that. I'll give that to you. But as far as in terms like he's a Swiss Army knife, like he's got something for everything. Now, it's not to say that aside from, because even I saw this the other day, like, and they were talking about, illusionary techniques out of the Uchiha. I'm going with Shinsui.
Oh yeah, Shisui for sure.
You know, but the only problem is that like he has one in his right eye that he has to wait 10 years for it to
come back,
and then another one that has to wait like 10 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, but it's kind of like you know, it is what it is. But nah, Madara is just too strong. Like he's just over relenting power and force. Like I don't care what Itachi says. Like, bro, 2 meteors.
There's nothing you can do.
2 meteors. He could probably survive, but it's just like there's gonna be a time frame. All right, you're gonna like look what he did to the Kage.
Oh man,
look what he did to the Kage.
That was crazy.
5 wood style clones, and then you proceed to flex on them and say, now my only question is, do you want these clones to use Susanoo?
Perfect Susanoo. Yes or no? And they were like, but that's not fair. He was like, y'all are doing 5-on-1. I'm just even in the odds.
Right.
And he was right.
He's right. So that's what it was in that regards. But I don't think, in closing, I don't think Itachi's overrated. I think that he's just a character that had the potential to be one of the strongest. But when you have characters like that aren't the main character, they overshadow the main character, the antagonist and the protagonist for a while. Because even for a little bit, I felt like Sasuke was an antagonist for a little bit. So he was overshadowing them. So it is what it is. So you gotta make room for Sasuke. If Itachi's around, Sasuke does not get to the point where he does.
True. So we can agree. So here's this. We can agree that Sasuke's overhyped. We can for sure agree on that.
Yes.
All right.
For sure.
But in the sense of Itachi, it's not his story that's overhyped. It's his power scale, like I was just talking about. Because like you said, he has the potential to be one of the strongest characters. But because we have the show called Naruto, and
I can't say anything is overhyped. I'll say this. I do think that his fan base overhypes his power, but I don't think his power itself is overscaling. Because again, remember, like they said, the strongest shinobi are the ones that love the most. And again, Itachi showed a deep love, not just for his people, but for his community and his village. And he took on that hatred and internalized it, while also his friend dying the same night, and then proceeding to go and kill his entire clan because he knew that he loved the village more. That's heavy. And then, of course, on top of it, to also set yourself up to later on be killed, so that way the secret would die with you. You did all this, spared your little brother, because you loved him that much, because you loved him so much that you wanted him to be the person to kill you. Despite the fact that, to some degree, yeah, you did do something wrong, but you made the better of the two choices. War or war, because you're gonna get attacked no matter. Right, civil war. A civil war or a nationwide war, you know? Because again, everybody knew, like, they were going, like, the Leaf has been dog walking the villages for years.
Oh yeah, for years.
For over 100 years.
Like, to the point where I'm like, damn, none of y'all niggas know what to do, bro?
Exactly.
No way.
If they gave them an opening.
True, I will say that.
They're coming after them.
Okay.
So, like I said, my personal opinion, I don't think Itachi's overhyped. I think his fan base pumps him up a little bit too much sometimes, and that's what gets him out of there. So, that's my thoughts. Let me know what y'all think in the comment. If you think Itachi's overhyped, let me know.
And please give us your evidence and details in the comments. I know the Crempers page, they're about to go crazy.
Oh,
they're about to go crazy. I'm gonna wake up to, hey yo, Rowdy, wow.
That's it, bro. Gotta run with it. Remember, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, leave your comment, let me know your thoughts. Peace. What's poppin' in the streets, everybody? I believe, therefore I am King Sylar. We're back with another one. Welcome to the channel. Before we get started, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Any subscription or any like or any comment that you give me puts strength in my feet. It just simply keeps me going and makes you want to make more content. And of course, I like stirring up shit. So I love anime, so we're back on part 2. What's your hot take? So, and of course, we are joined by Apex the Legend, AKA Rowdy Sylar.
You're gonna keep going with that one, first one?
Listen, bro.
I'm not a legend yet.
Ja'Cory Barnett. Is that better?
Oh my goodness, the whole government, really? I don't want these people knowing about
What's your middle name?
I'm not saying that.
What's your middle name?
I'm not.
Bro, do it for the fan base.
No.
Listen.
I hate my middle name for personal reasons.
Listen. If I can get 20 likes on this video, it's easy. 20 likes is a cakewalk. If I get 20 likes on this on this video, then Ja'Cory will release his middle name to the audience.
Oh my God.
That's easy. So
I don't think they care enough to know my middle name.
Help your boy out. This help me out. We'll put it on the next video or something like that. Let's see what the audience thinks. But back to it. We're back with my
Anime hot take.
Anime hot take. Mine's One Piece is only the greatest anime statistically because they have a large fan base.
Junior's gonna love this one. Junior's gonna love this one.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Listen, one of my biggest, don't get me wrong. I think One Piece has a lot of great things. Obviously, the world building is great. Mm-hmm. I think the character backstories are great. They have a lot of questions, so the plot is absolutely amazing. But I think on some occasion, like a lot of the stuff, like the fan base gasses it up way too much. My most obvious things, like one thing that they try to combat, like the power scaling is all over the place. All over the place. I get it that they made a distinction as far as, okay, at first it was just simply, how strong you naturally were, technology, they kind of did that earlier, like with Don Krieg, like your experience or whatever the case may be. Then it was your devil fruit, and then now it's hockey is the highest place thing and stuff like that. So, obviously we have the example of Shakes. It doesn't matter if you got a devil fruit, we just watched, Shanks is a beast, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. We just watched Shanks like Punk Green Bull just recently, so it is what it is. So, but for me, it's like certain things like they're not better, and like y'all's drip, not better. Your OST, not better. Power scaling, not better. The
you don't think the pirate hat and the
No, I don't think it's better because like obviously the power scaling is really just mainly based off of obviously in the consistency and the diversity of it. Mm-hmm. So obviously hockey and devil fruits. Yeah. Some of them have some dumb devil fruits.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Very.
Really, really dumb. They do have some unique ones and stuff like that I thought that I think are really cool and stuff like that, but like some of them they don't add up to me in my personal opinion.
Okay.
And the key thing that I'll leave at the top of it, the only real reason why I think this show is great, yes, obviously it's because of the fan base, but I personally wholeheartedly believe that Oda was just simply smart enough to watch everything else, every other anime, and he learned or was smart enough to not make the same mistakes that all the other places did. Like we obviously know, I don't care what y'all say. It took 150 episodes for y'all to be, for One Piece to be great. That's a running fact. Y'all can say what you want. Even y'all's fight scenes were mid until Marineford. They are not that great. Oh, I'll give Lucy versus Luffy. In my personal opinion, was the only good fight scene. The only good one that was just like, okay, this is a firefight scene. But other than that,
okay,
mid. Marineford was one thing that like really got a whole bunch of people to start watching, in my opinion. I was not a One Piece fan. When One Piece hit Cartoon Network, I was watching it. And I was like, man, this is whack. I distinctly remember seeing the episode where they first meet Ace in that whatever island that they're on, the desert island, or wherever they're at, and stuff like that. And Ace gets into a fight with Smoker. I was like, this is boring. This sucks. This is whack.
I will say one thing that like boggles my mind about any One Piece fan, right, is the fact, the whole 150 episode thing. Where if you gotta tell people, like, bro, keep watching, it gets way better after episode 50. All right, episode 50. Hey, bro, this shit's kind of trash. It's kind of mid. When does it get better? Oh, just wait till 100. Wait till 150. Wait till 200. Wait till 250. Bro, it's like, bro, it's by that time. Do you not understand how many like other greater animes
keep talking, because I'm gonna calculate how many hours you actually have to watch.
You know what's crazy? My cousin Jaden, he is a One Piece fan for sure. He loves One Piece. He loves Luffy, and my cousin Lexi. Because all three of us, we loved anime as we were growing up, right? And my cousin Lexi just caught up. And she was like, she told me, she did the math. Apparently, if you were to watch One Piece almost every second of the goddamn day to this point in time that we are now, I think it took her about 3 months. She was telling me, she was like, yeah, I'd be in the shower, phone right on the counter, watching it. And I'm just like, okay, are you actively watching it? Or are you just like letting it run in the background? And she was like, both, because she's someone who can multitask. And I was like, I don't make no damn sense. You telling me I gotta watch like this shit?
Like focused on washing your ass.
Well, I'm sure she is. I'm not, listen, Lexi, I'm sorry. But
Lexi, I hopefully you had the soap for
soap. But it's just like, that's too much, bro. Like, y'all really sitting here watching this.
And I just calculated it. You would literally have to watch, so at least every episode is at least 26 minutes.
26, yeah.
26 minutes, 150 episodes. That's 3,900 hours of watching One Piece until it actually gets good. Maybe 3,800 if you count the one episode with Lucy and stuff like that, because all the rest of them were mid.
Also, is One Piece, do they also have the trope of like having like a bunch of filler and then they get into?
They have a bunch there. I'll give them that, because they don't have a lot of filler, but they have a shit ton of backstories for people. I don't want to know. Like, to where it's just like everybody gets like 3 episodes and stuff. As I was talking to Junior last time, I was like, I mean, I'll give them credit, because I mean, everybody's gonna get the episode, but it's like, sometimes you want to get to the point. That's why I say, like, in my opinion, I feel like One Piece just simply played the long game. Obviously, when we know, like, you know, when you look at Naruto and stuff like that, they have a lot of filler. The power scaling gets kind of wonky at times, and then is it Kishimoto, I think?
Kishimoto, yeah, I think so.
I think so. He pretty much like just threw away every other tuning except for Sasuke and Naruto.
Oh, pretty much. I don't think y'all understand. Neji was a problem.
Neji and Shino were the coldest tuning during the exam.
Yeah.
The coldest. I would say Neji was the most promising, and I think Shino was the most dangerous or talented. He was a sleeper.
Yeah.
Like, I think he would have folded everybody in there. I think he would have gave Gar problems. Short of, obviously, you know, Tail Beast.
Short of Tail.
Short of Tail Beast, he would have, and even then still, he might still have to go like maybe 1 to 2 and stuff like that, because I mean, these guys, the insects eat chakra, for God's sake.
Oh, they do.
So that's what I'm saying, like, and that sand is nothing but chakra. Mm-hmm. So imagine if you just summoned an entire horde of it, it's like, you're still screwed.
Literally.
So
I mean, it's either, but then again, you know, besides his bugs, Shino actually is a pretty smart freaking person. He's a very devious, like, planner. I don't think y'all understand.
Oh yeah, and that's why I said, like, I don't watch Boruto, because they hold him.
Oh, like, bro, he became an element, like
bro, he should have, of all people, like, he definitely, I mean, obviously he is a Jonin and stuff like that, but they're wasting his talents.
Wasting it.
Him being the teacher.
Like,
but
even Kaiba.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But
Kiba, sorry. I called him Kaiba. Kiba.
But that's what I'm saying, like, I obviously Naruto had his shortcomings as far as like that show, and then obviously of course like making it about like an entire show about ninjas turned into a show about aliens, and then of course when we jump over to Bleach has never been the most popular one, but that's my favorite anime. But obviously that has like some rough arcs and stuff like that. Nobody likes the Fullbringer arc or the Bount arc and stuff like that. But I feel as though the only reason why they don't like it is because the story was that first season, the Soul Society arc and Aizen being the main villain was such a strong push that it felt flat. It's like, okay, well, you're gonna have like this super powerful being that that tricked us all. Spoiler alert, sorry, you should have watched it by now.
And also, sorry to say, there will most likely be spoilers throughout this whole series, by the way.
Man, y'all should
just to let y'all know.
Y'all late if you ain't watched it by this point. Spoiler alert.
True. But continue.
Yeah, it's just kind of like going from that to the Bount arc, and then going to Soul Society, and then going to the Fullbringer arc. It was the Soul Society, the Bounce, then Hueco Mundo or the Karakura Town.
Yeah.
And then of course going to the Fullbringer, or they even had the Gigai, where there's a guy who made copies of all of them pretty much through Gigais, and then you had the Fullbringer arc, and then now we're into that. Now we're going into the 1,000-Year Blood War. It's just like there's a lot of up and downs and stuff like that, and I think. Again, Aizen was supposed to be the end-all, be-all, big bad, and
he was supposed to be the martyr of the Bleach universe.
He technically is.
I mean, yeah, true.
Technically,
yeah,
immortal, can't die. So that's why I just said when I look at it, I just feel like One Piece has a lot of great moments, but they simply played the long game, and it's only because of their fan base. And I feel like Oda just watched other anime, and he said, "I'm not going to make these same mistakes." I personally think that as far as in terms of action, Naruto has exactly that as well. But
also, they're ninjas. Like, that's cool as fuck.
Right. And
already.
Obviously, Bleach, they're literally gods running around. They're death gods. They're Grim Reapers running around with swords and stuff like that and special powers and stuff like that. Come on. So... I don't know. That's just how I personally feel about it. I mean, do you agree, or what do you think?
I'm gonna be honest. I've never really been much of a One Piece fan. I will say I do like the characters. Some of the characters are really cool. Continue.
Fuck Usopp. Fuck Usopp. He's trash.
All my niggas hate Usopp.
I hate him, bro. Like that's some. I don't care what nobody says. I'm still standing every time I talk, but that feel like some subtle racism right there, bro. Like, bro, you telling me that the one dude with the curly hair that wears the do-rags,
big nose,
big ass nose, and thick ass lips? Come on, bro. Nah, bro.
At least make Zoro the black guy. Come on, now.
That's what I'm saying. He a real one. Standing up for his people. Come on, he black all the way, bro. He had the earring too. You know what I'm saying?
And he's voiced by Piccolo, isn't he?
Piccolo black.
We all know
he
this.
Green. He dark green, so he's like that.
And the whole Namekian arc was just monkey. Oh my gosh, bro. Frieza is hilarious.
All the more reason.
All the more reason. The most racist character in any anime. Frieza.
Hello, monkey. I said, man, kill this guy.
But yeah, I will give One Piece credit in the sense of, it's, for me personally, it's way too damn long. Way too damn long. And we don't even know what the One Piece still is yet, and it's like over 1,000 episodes. My guy, I swear to God, if One Piece ends and they're just like, the One Piece is the friends you made along the way, I'm really about to like...
That is the running joke.
So it's like going this long. At this point, I don't even know if Oda knows what the One Piece is.
I don't think, they said that at one point that like a lot of people who break down these animes, like they believe that Oda doesn't. He's just kind of going with it. But because it's so successful, he can draw from like a lot of different places and stuff like that.
True.
He draws from a lot of mythology.
Mm-hmm. True. And he probably I remember reading up this one dude, he was an author, and he was like, one good thing that you can do to help story build your story and like world build your story is make the first parts of it like vague enough to where people can start filling in the dots. And then at that point you can just give, what's it called? Basically you're having your fans work for you. You're making your foreshadowings, your fans working for you, like the whole, like say for Spider-Man, right? And everybody was like, if they make another Spider-Man movie, it's going to be about the multiverse. For sure, we're going to get Tobey and Andrew Garfield. And then what did we get? Fan service. We got them both in like the last installment that they did with Tom Holland in 2022, I think, 2021. But basically, just like making your story vague enough to where your fans can start building your world for you, and you can just take it from there. And at that point, it's like, people, obviously, all the theorists on YouTube, they're thinking, oh crap, I was right. Oh my gosh, Gege's amazing. Holy crap, the greatest, the GOAT, So it's like, no, bro, you did the work for him. I'm not saying that's what Oda's doing, but I mean, like, to me, it just kind of feels like it, bro. Like I just want to know what the One Piece is at this point, man.
But that's what I'm saying, but like, that's why I said, like, there's a million other questions out there that have to be answered, but we just gotta accept it where it is. So, looks like in closing, so I guess yes or no, do you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Junior's gonna hate both of us, by the way.
I don't care. Junior loses an argument every time we have this. To this day, I'm still waiting to get people on here so we can argue about this, but people can never, they can't fuck with me when it comes to these debates, when it comes to anime or dance for that matter. So, it is what it is, but yeah. So I stand on it. I think it's only the best animator has the highest sales on paper and stuff like that solely because of the fan base, because there's so many people that like it. Just simply because you have a bunch of quantity doesn't necessarily mean that you have a lot of quality.
That's crazy, because that's going to be the next topic we're going to talk about.
So it is what it is. But let me know your thoughts, what you think. Is One Piece overhyped because of the fan base, or is it actually what people say it is? Good. So, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, leave me a comment on your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you got to say. We'll catch you on the next one.
Exactly.
Peace. What is popping in the streets? I believe, therefore I am King Sylar. Hope you're doing all right. Today, we are back with some more anime topics. Of course, as I've said before, this is a very interesting point for me and one of my hobbies that I love debating with people about. As you guys can see, I just kind of like arguing with people. I think I have a problem.
He really does.
I have a problem.
He does.
I just like to hear people's, I need to go get help.
He likes to see people's reactions is what he likes to see.
I may need to get help, but we're here. And of course, before we get
therapy, a real nigga don't need no therapy. Father Time?
That's what's wrong with our community. See, you just gaslighted how I feel. But okay, it is what it is, I understand. But before we get started, of course, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment, like, share, anything that you do, any comment or any subscribe that you hit, puts strength in my feet, helps me make more content, and it gives me ideas. And I would love to also have you on the show. So if you're interested, definitely hit your boy up. The Instagram handle is right there at the bottom, King_Sylar. Or you can just hit me up on Facebook, Trend King Sylar Butler. Simple as that. Or just hit me up right there on YouTube in the comment section. This is where the video is going to be at. And of course, we are joined here today with Apex the Legend, AKA Ja'Cory Barnett,
Yes.
AKA Ja'Cory Florence Barnett.
I will never know my middle name. There's only probably about one person in the dance scene that knows my middle name.
Rowdy Sylar. We'll figure it out. If we, like I said before, if any one of these videos gets 20 likes, he's gonna release that name. So help your boy out. So let's get into our critical topic.
Yeah.
Or our hot take.
The last hot take, which was anime isn't getting any better, quantity over quality. Now, do you have anything you got to say before I continue on to explain my
No, you can start us off.
All right, so basically what I mean is probably like, I wouldn't say anime isn't getting, no, it's not getting any better. I would say, reason being is what I said, quantity over quality. When I was younger and I used to watch, like, anime was all over the place at that point, like Netflix, I could watch it online and everything. Like, I found some really quality, like, anime that I liked. And at that time, if you don't remember, I think it was around like 2012, 2010, it was around the time where like anime started becoming like 12 episodes instead of your usual 24 for a whole season, which that goes out to just like production studios and obviously budgeting and everything. But at that point, it was like, okay, so now your regular season is 12 episodes. And a lot of like anime that are obviously based on the different mangas, like there's not a lot you can do with 12 episodes. So a lot of the times they'll just rush a story. They'll just rush it. They'll rush the whole story and they'll try to fit everything in 12 episodes for that first season. And then if people like it, they'll be, you know, checked for another season and they can do another 12 episodes like that. But like, to me, that kind of just like completely, it makes the experience just a little worse, because it's like, that's why, I mean, like, of course I love watching anime, but now I'm just a full-on, like, I read the manga more than I like actually watch it. Well, because like I can pace myself with it, and it's just like I can actually get what's going on and make sure that like I understand different points of the story. Another thing besides the whole 12 episode thing, listen, if you guys remember the creator of Studio Ghibli, one of the head animators, what's his name? I had it on my phone. Where is he at? But basically, let me get his name, but I'm just gonna continue on. He even said that with the way things are now, Miyazaki Hayao, I probably butchered his last name, or, you know, but he went on to say, I remember it was controversial because people were like, holy crap, not even like the leader of the Studio Ghibli like likes anime now. Well, mainly because now it's not even like, there's nothing to it anymore. Like a lot of the anime that like that's coming out now in the yearly basis, where I see like, I get videos recommended to me on YouTube, like hottest animes coming out in April or May and stuff like that. But those animes aren't mainly like what we had with Naruto or Bleach or Dragon Ball Z or One Piece. You know, it's like 12 episodes of just ass, titties, and complete just main character just gets power and he just blows all over the place. And it's just like so annoying. Like I want actual story. I want, oh my gosh, sorry. Ayo, okay, pause. But I'm wanting actual story coming with anime now, and I don't really see that much. Only select few now, which Jujutsu Kaisen, obviously. But even then, besides Jujutsu Kaisen and Attack on Titan, which I will get on in just a moment, the only ones that are like, in my mind, that are actually like pushing anime now is obviously Bleach, which some of you guys might disagree, but when 1,000 Year Blood War came out, I saw a lot of haters turn into motivators for Bleach. So obviously One Piece, because it's still fucking going on. Not really Boruto, but people only watch it just to see Naruto and Sasuke again. And people are still waiting on Super. These are the only 4 like animes that I know that like are still pushing the wagon for it, besides Jujutsu Kaisen.
So let me ask. So do you think like overall, are you saying it just like on every level? So let me ask this. Now, I think it's an obvious thing. Okay, so are the graphics or the illustration getting better or worse?
Oh, it's getting better for sure.
Okay, all right.
Graphics and illustration. I think what I'm mainly saying is story-wise and the meaning behind a lot of like what we're watching.
I think that's gonna be difficult because I mean, if we really look at it, like some of the most iconic animes of all time, obviously when we look at Dragon Ball Z, there's no fighting style adventure anime that's ever going to top Dragon Ball Z. It's just not going to happen. when you look at like characters as far as like that, like have that really nostalgic like 90s feel or whatever the case may be, like nothing is going to really top Yu Yu Hakusho or Hunter x Hunter. You think about Cowboy Bebop and stuff like that, Rurouni Kenshin, Outlaw Star, like a lot of those other ones is because like those are all kind of like, they weren't the first, but they were the first ones that had like, all of those had like emotional scenes.
True.
They were like kind of like they weren't the first, but they were the most popular of the generations. Even freaking Inuyasha, as much as I don't like that anime at all, like even that, like those fantasy style worlds, you can only reinvent or recreate those characters for so many times.
Yeah.
You know, how many times can you do a love interest like Inuyasha and Kagome or Kikyo and stuff like that? There's only so many times that you can redo that. You can't.
True.
Like, you know, the same way, again, we look at Yu Yu Hakusho. He is literally the textbook. He's the godfather of every rebellious teen, you know, in every shonen show.
Yeah.
Like everybody's modeled after him and stuff like that. The same way they do with like Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho, that's Sasuke.
Yeah.
All the way. You know what I mean? The same way that you kind of start looking down the line, like there's always going to be somebody in the show that's just kind of like,
that's based off of a character from the golden age of anime.
Right.
But okay.
But so I guess to close out, so it's like, I think in my personal opinion, like I guess the most obvious thing, like people say, like Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is a beautiful anime, but it's not original at all. Like there's nothing that really kind of catches you off guard. It's just when they did was that season 2, the Entertainment District, like the animation for that was amazing.
Yeah.
For that. And that's the one thing that caught us off guard. So it's kind of like in this day and age, with that being like probably one of the most popular animes out, is that the only other animes that you're going to be able to really kick to people or get them to sell are going to be more ones that are drama based versus one that are fantasy or adventures and stuff like that, because you still have those heavy hitters still in the game, like Bleach, and because even Bleach is trying to do a Hell arc. You know, if they can. One Piece is still going. I feel like we've only really completed about 60% of One Piece.
We probably still got another 1,000 episodes to go.
That's my point. So that's what I'm saying. I think we're never ever going to be able to move forward with brand new fantasy because it's always going to be compared to the big shots. And then what you would have to do for it to actually be a great anime is you'd have to improve on what the other ones didn't do. They'd have to be at least 100 episodes at least, because that's going to give time for us to attach ourselves to the character.
Instead of 12 fucking episodes.
Right. But then you also have like really great shows. I think it was like Code Geass, wasn't there like 30 or 40 episodes or something like that?
But like, so like 24 episodes before in the prime age was like 1 season, 2 seasons. So basically an anime, if it got checked for 2 seasons, would be about 40 to 50 episodes. So yeah. But that gave us, like you said, like that gave us enough time to like react to all these characters and get attached to certain characters, get attached to the story. The building was there, but like that's what I'm saying. I don't really see that with 12 episodes. And even then, going on to your point of every anime besides from like Dragon Ball, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, and everything like that, they're all based off of, the new anime now is all based off of that. But one thing that I'm really hating to see, especially is like the isekai genre. Do you know what that is? No. Oh, Jesus. So basically it's a genre where a character gets thrown into another world and he's just the most OP'est character. And it's like, I've seen,
there's Fairy Tail, but what's that one, the one that nobody likes? I thought it was great. God, the one where he gets
Sword Art Online?
Yes,
no, I love Sword Art Online.
People hate that anime.
I hated it at first, but then I actually watched it and I was like, okay, this is pretty gas. Sword Art Online.
The world building is amazing.
Yes, I will say I didn't like the gun arc though. I didn't really like that.
People didn't like it. I just liked how dark it was, how serious it was.
But even then, so perfect point, Sword Art Online, right? Kid gets locked into a video game world and he becomes the strongest character but in Sword Art Online through time,
right?
Obviously. But after Sword Art Online, perfect point, after that, it was just a trickle of just people trying to hold on to that popularity that it came with. And so now you're just getting all these washed down different types of anime where, again, the only thing that,
But you got to think about that is like, it's kind of like you kind of hit it on the head. It's like the same thing that happens with every creative person. The reason why that first project is always so great is because you don't know what's going to happen. And you're shooting in the dark and you're simply trying to do it usually just for the love of it because you have a creative idea. Once you see how popular that idea was, what you're trying to do now is you're trying to recreate that exact scenario in what got you over here from what you got over here. It's kind of the same way as like, you know, as dancers and stuff like that. And for my dancers out there, y'all get it. Everybody always loves one particular round that they have, but they can never recreate it despite the fact that you've improved as a dancer. But you got to remember back then, you're struggling in school, your heartache, bills were tight, whatever the case may be, you just got injured or whatever case, you putting all this emotional and time and energy into this one particular round, but you're no longer in that place. So you can't manifest that same energy, right, that same creative space that you had then. You got to find that somewhere else. And I feel that's the exact same thing that happens with everything else. Again, like I said, and I hate it, but that's Bleach. Again, like look how amazed Tite Kubo did with like how hard he built up Aizen. That was one of the biggest dupes of all time. No one expected that to happen. But then we got to see how sinister he was after, you know, the Karakura arc and stuff like that, and after that was all over. But that first season really kind of had us like, damn, this is crazy. And then it jumps to like the Mount arc, and it's just like, what the is this? I don't want to see this. Bring Aizen back. That's all we want to hear. And again, after Aizen was gone, they tried to keep going. It's just like, we don't care for this.
Okay, but even then, like, so perfect example. I don't know if I listed it earlier as one of the animes that are pushing anime right now, but Attack on Titan, right? It just ended. Kudos to them. Took them 13 fucking years, but
haven't seen it. Don't spoil it for me.
All right, I'm not. Okay. None of what I'm about to say is going to be spoiler for you. But basically, it was like, that came out when I was in middle school, right? I was like in 7th grade. So the moment I started dancing, I believe Attack on Titan came out. I was the first like season of it, right?
When that came out.
But it was like, the manga ended like, I think years before the anime did. And it was like, they prolonged. I really feel like they didn't need to push it out that far. Now, yeah, there were some problems in the middle with like changing animation studios.
And a whole pandemic too.
And a whole pandemic, I will give them that. But even before that, I feel like it should have ended before the pandemic, in my opinion. And the only anime in my eyes right now that is completely doing, I'm not gonna say fully original, but in my sense, storytelling wise, would be Jujutsu Kaisen.
I can kind of agree to that.
Yeah, because
I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen was, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like they kind of got lucky, in my honest opinion. Like, cause if I'm being honest, like I think Jujutsu Kaisen is good, and I'm not gonna lie, I need to watch this next season. I've already, I mean, the last episode I watched was when his friend switched up on him, and then he kills old boy that he pretty much put a hole in his chest and stuff like that. Yeah. That was the last episode I watched. So I'm gonna watch the rest. It's on there. I'm gonna watch it. Just give me some time.
Give me some time. But we'll be talking about it later on.
Right. We'll get there. I have to now. We're back.
For sure.
But yeah, that's why I just think I was like, that's where it's at. I think it just kind of got lucky. I mean, especially in the animation right now, it's terrible. I don't care what y'all say. I've seen it now, and I know they're under a lot of pressure over there. I know them studios are killing them. They are killing them.
What did you say? You didn't want to work?
You want to work? Your family.
Kill him right now.
Yeah. They're definitely doing it. Like they're treating them pretty rough over there. But like, that's what I'm saying. It's like that. It's like that right there. It's like they're so pressed to make the anime. It's like sometimes, okay, maybe you do need to stop. This may sound crazy, but I waited 10 years for Bleach. So Jujutsu Kaisen is like, don't compromise like the quality of how your anime looks just for the sake of trying to put it out. Like this is not worth it. It's not worth it.
That adds on another topic to this that I thought about on the driveway here, but we'll get that to another time in another video. You guys got my few certain points on it. So specifically, you think it's just the creative the plot? Plot and creative director is either they're all coming in through the same bin, and barely any original anime is actually like coming out. I'm not gonna say fully original, because every anime from now is obviously grabbing from the golden age, but in the sense of like they're trying new things, trying different, like I said, Jujutsu Kaisen, perfect thing. I don't know what the hell is going on in Jujutsu Kaisen. I usually, when I watch new anime, a lot of the times I can already like kind of predict what the hell is gonna happen just off of regular anime cliches, But with Jujutsu Kaisen, like Gege really surprised me a lot with like some of the plot points he's put in, and it's like, what? There's no way that happened, or holy crap, you thought this character was safe? Nah, son. So it's like, I get, it's refreshing to me. It puts me back in that age when I found anime all over again. A little bit. It brings me back that nostalgia.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Like I said, we're gonna have to continue to watch it, because honestly, Jujutsu Kaisen, Boruto, and Black Clover, this generation's, y'all, they're their hopes right now. So
you're not even gonna say Boku no Hero Academia?
Oh, I forgot Hero Academia. That's a good one. I actually enjoyed that show. I'm not gonna front. So, well, let me know your thoughts on that point. I think we agree at different angles of the topic, and we do agree and disagree. Graphics are getting better, plots, storyline maybe not so much, but I would definitely say if you do want more creativity, you got to go search for it. I'm an adventure and action head, so that's why I know that it's narrowing for me. But if you like drama or mystery or crime, Netflix, Crunchyroll, Hulu, all that stuff is there for you. So Funimation as well.
Also, if you want a cool little detective anime, Conan was really cool. Sorry.
Yeah, it is one of those good ones, I get to. So, but as you know, y'all know what to do. Subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts. Is anime as a whole getting better? Is it getting worse? Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
What's poppin' in the streets, everybody? I believe, therefore I am KingSylar. We're back with another anime topic for you. Hope you're doing all right today. But before we get started, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like and share the content. Leave me a comment. I would love to know your opinion. And we're ready to get started. Of course, we are joined again by Apex the
legend,
aka
Ja'Cory Barnett,
aka
Rowdy Sylar.
Bam, we back at it with it, yo. So we jumping right back into it. So the next anime question that we have would be, what world would you like to live in? And I set rules. And I said that it had to be the world in which it was peak. So it couldn't be like, I don't know, like living in a world or whatever the case may be, and then the hero comes along and then saves it. Like, so if somebody would have said like, oh, I want to live in Dressrosa. Okay, well, you got to live in the time when freaking Don Flamingo was in charge. Like, that's the time. You can't get it afterward. It don't work like this. It has to be during the point in time which it was most important, or which it was a part of the plot. Or the development of the storyline. So, I'll go first on this one.
All right, for sure.
So,
I swear to God, if I see Bleach, I'm about to.
I'm just playing. No, I didn't think, because I knew I would. I thought about that at first, but then when I thought about it for a second, I was like, you know what? Bleach is kind of shaky, so I don't know about that. So, yeah, nah, I didn't go with Bleach this time. But what I did go with is Cyberpunk.
Word.
Cyberpunk.
That's actually, I agree. I can see that.
So I went with Cyberpunk solely for the basis as far as like my personal life. Now, obviously we've seen Cyberpunk, and let's just be realistic. I'm not no criminal, so I wouldn't really have anything to, I wouldn't really be tripping about anything, but I do love the idea of being in a modern virtual world. Obviously, I mean, we have certain things. I mean, we all saw, what was the anime we were just talking about? No, the one where he gets stuck in the virtual world.
Oh, Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online. That's, in my opinion, that's still a very modern world and stuff like that. But as far as one thing that we really didn't see that much was an advancement of technology. Like, I think in Cyberpunk, obviously, we saw people with mechanical parts, augmentations and stuff like that. You know, random people and stuff like that. They would get it, like they would change like their entire body, you know, you just saw all types of crazy stuff. And for me personally, kind of looking at that, I think it would be really cool to be able to like, just, you know, kind of do what he did, you know, at the beginning, like when he was able to go to the moon, you know, see what it was like on top of the moon, just chilling there and seeing what the world looks like, being completely engulfed in that. Then also on top of like, it'd be really kind of dope to see what the future would look like with people with, you know, who, I guess for lack of better words, like, I don't want to say healthcare wouldn't matter that much, but it's kind of like, all right, well, you know, hey, somebody loses an arm, then you can go get a mechanical one. You know what I'm saying? With the advancement of technology, obviously we don't live in a perfect world and we never know how the government may, you know, hoe us with that or whatever case may be. But I think the advancement of technology and, you know, some things may being able to be pushed aside, like people getting amputated and stuff like that, mechanical arms, technology is super advanced, you know, technology as a whole. Again, just that entire, hell, even as a dancer, I wonder what it would be like to see breakers with like mechanical arms or something like that.
Oh my
like,
God, that would be so unfair.
Yeah, that literally would be
having the same technical advancement as David, where he's like super fast. Hell no.
Somebody just doing a 90 like for 5 minutes, just setting a record.
And they're flying in the air because they're going so fast.
Yeah, somebody doing a head spin, just levitating. That'd be crazy. So that's my thing. So what do you think?
I think that'd actually be pretty freaking cool just to see how that would be on a day-to-day basis. But I will say one thing that would suck about cyberpunk and like living in it is the fact that the reason why a lot of people turn to a world of crime is because of the hierarchy of like, if you have more money, you get better advancements. You know, when like at the beginning of it, where David was like, people were making fun of him because like, oh, your mom has to work like 6 jobs just to, you know, keep you in this school. Why are you at this school?
I did forget about that.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, we're black already, so I mean, bro, like, it's about to be a whole problem.
Sorry, I didn't think it through.
So, but other than that,
just give me Sword Art. No, I don't want to be stuck again. Give me Outlaw Star. I'll take that one. Outlaw Star is cool.
You're already dead.
Literally. So what you got?
Me? All right, so my world would be Soul Eater.
Soul Eater?
Hell
Bro, that is...
Hell yeah.
You're dead.
Nah, bro. I'm with it.
Dead.
I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke.
But you don't get to be like a main protagonist. You're just living in that world.
Bro.
You're dead.
Nah. I be going to the school, you know what I'm saying? I don't even have to be a main protagonist, bro. Because they made another anime called Soul Eater Not, where we get to see like the others, like students, their livelihood, and see like 3 other girls that are like, they look up to Black Star and all the other ones, and we got to see how like they were progress, you know what I'm saying? But like, that would be so cool to be in that world, bro. Listen, it's already cool, like having death as your principal. Come on now, I'm already Black Star in a nutshell.
But he's not even really death.
Okay, yeah, but that would be like so cool. The world in itself is goofy as fuck. Yes, I understand the elements of having like the Kishin arc, where, you know, that nigga is...
You would definitely fall to madness.
Bro,
you would definitely. Jada would just be shit talking you. She would give you that look and just be lingering. The swirly eyes, just in the anime, and then just staring over you. Fall deeper. There's no way.
I just go back into my shell.
Yeah, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. It would be cool, like, to a certain degree, because that would solely have to depend on the idea if you... again, or somebody important, or if you're chosen. Because remember, there aren't a lot of people in that school, bro.
I'd be one of them.
And remember, this is a kind of, so to speak, like a post-apocalyptic world. Like, you're living in like a town, like a small city, bro. I mean, I ain't trying to spoil it for you and stuff like that. I don't know if you finished Fire Force.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Now, spoiler alert. Fire Force is like the prelogue to Soul Eater.
Yep.
After Shinra pretty much becomes pretty much the god of everything and stuff like that, he's omnipotent at this point. He like literally kicks the world and restarts it and shit and stuff like that. then literally he creates death. The Reaper, pretty much, he creates what do they call it? They call it like a familiar, pretty much, is what he does. He creates death to look over the world after he leaves and stuff like that. And the world fell into madness, and that's why like the moon,
it's all fucked up.
It's all fucked up and stuff
that
like
smiling shit. And then Arthur, if you guys remember from Fire Force, the little freaking penguin thing in Soul Eater, Excalibur is based off of Arthur because that was his sword.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why Excalibur's the way he is. He acts just like Arthur. Yep.
That's crazy. I did not know.
Yep. But you're telling me like that wouldn't be cool to be walking into school and just, you fool, I already get that walking in with Jada, so it's like.
Beckett.
So it's like, I just feel like it would be such a cool world to be in. Granted, I will say, I'd probably fall into madness, most likely. There's a lot of shit that goes on.
That's what I'm saying. Like all the things that are running around and stuff like that. We saw Medusa was like one of the strongest ones, and she was screwing over everybody in that school.
True, I will say.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and not to mention like all the witches and stuff like that are around there. And remember, if you're in that school, you actually have to go out and hunt.
No worries. I'm on it.
Jacory, bro.
I'm on it, bro. Listen.
You're dead.
I'd be up there.
You're dead.
Yes, sir. What you need, Dev? Got it.
You're dead, Jacory.
I have main character energy, for sure.
Okay. Well, since we got time, what do you think, like off the top of the head, what do you think is the worst world to possibly live in?
Top of the head, either Attack on Titan.
Fair enough.
Attack on Titan, or what's it called? Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, Tokyo. Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Tokyo Ghoul.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I would say that for sure. Like even like Naruto seems like a bad. Like you're getting.
Oh hell no.
Like everybody's getting sold in Naruto.
Yeah, bro. Listen. Like imagine being just a regular citizen waiting at your village, and like everybody's like, "Oh, the ninjas went to go fight in the war against Madara." And you're sitting there like, "Madara? Oh hell no!" And then imagine not like say Naruto and Sasuke wasn't able to like
save you.
To save everybody from the
but that's Tsukiyomi.
Yep. You just.
Yeah, I for sure I do agree. Attack on Titan's a pretty bad one.
Hell no, you would never see me in that shit.
And it's crazy because like when you said earlier, I thought about saying Bleach, but really like Bleach really kind of isn't that bad until the 1,000 Year Blood War arc when Soul Society just started getting folded left and right. Had 1,000 Year Blood War arc not happened, I'd have been like, like Bleach is really not too bad. Yeah, you got to go out and fight some hollows and stuff like that. But usually, good majority of the time, majority of those people are not fighting by themselves. Majority of them are in the Seriete and they're fighting in squads. Mm-hmm. You only see certain skilled seats and stuff like that to where they go out and patrol by themselves and stuff like that. And of course, Aizen screwed everybody over. So it's like, So
I had the mind to say Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball's not so bad.
Yeah, like I feel like that's perfect.
Just when niggas are fighting, don't go.
Yeah, exactly.
Just don't
and at
go.
the end of the day, like you wake up, you're in, the other world. You just gotta be like, oh, well, I guess we wait about 5 days or so until Goku and them can get the Dragon Balls and wish us all back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it. I'm not going in. I wouldn't mess with it. So, yeah, I definitely do think probably Attack on Titan's probably the worst. So.
Yeah, bro. Attack on Titan's the worst.
You're getting folded no matter what. So
no.
It is what it is.
And then when you think about, I can't even say, do you know what happens in Attack on Titan?
No, I gotta watch that too.
Damn, bro, I can't even, but like, you're, okay, when you do see it, bro, you're gonna fully agree why I said Attack on Titan, bro.
I don't need to, like, everything up until this point.
It gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse.
Look, if it does get worse, it gets worse. But it's like at this point, like after seeing like Eren march on Marley, is that what it is? Marley?
Yeah.
Marley. After that, bro, it doesn't matter. There's nothing else, bro. And even if you're a regular, like stuck inside the walls are made of Titans. Ain't no way. We're good.
And then you got like different cults inside of your walls that are like, okay, hey, yo, pause. Anyway, you have like a whole bunch of shit going on, and oh man, I can't even say it without it sounding weird. You know what I'm saying though, but
you're getting sold in Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
You're getting hoed fully 100%.
So, well, that's all there is to it. I think that one was pretty simple, but let us know your thoughts.
Yeah.
What would be the animated world that you would like to live in?
And what is the worst one you think would be to live in?
Let us know. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, let me know your thoughts, share the content, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace. What's poppin' in the streets, everybody? I believe, therefore I am King Sylar, back with another anime topic for you. But before we get started, of course, you know what to do. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, leave me your opinions and thoughts, what you think about this. And of course, we are here today with
Apex the Legend, aka Jacory Barnett, aka Rowdy Sylar.
Bam, we back at it. We're not gonna waste no time. We need to get to it. So today's anime topic is saddest death in anime. And we got a little carried away, and I wanted to see if we can burn through this really quick, because obviously we know anime deaths way differently for people. So we decided that we're gonna do top 5 and then an honorable mention. So Jacory's gonna start us off, but again, follow us, let us know what your thoughts are. Take it away, Jacory.
All right, so I'll start with the first one. I'm gonna go from 5 all the way to 1. The 5th one, Kite from Hunter x Hunter. Jesus Christ, when Gon and Killua were up there killing ants, and we just saw him get just demolished by Pito. Jesus, I was like, oh.
That was Gon's fault. That's your fault, bro.
True, it was Gon's fault,
Yeah,
and he went crazy because of it. But I was like, dang, we really in the thick of it now.
You have no choice, you better have.
God dang. 4, I couldn't use the other one, but we all know another death in Naruto that really hit us all well. But the one that really hit me the hardest was Neji. Oh my gosh, bro. At the end there, he got in front of Naruto, got hit. Oh man, I was like, no. Out of all the characters, you pick Neji. You pick Neji.
Yeah.
Ain't no way, dog. 3rd one, I only put this one as 3rd is because it was probably the first anime death that I technically saw. But one, because like I loved Krillin as a kid, bro. Krillin was my guy.
Trash.
Bro, when Frieza had him in the air and he was like, and you heard Goku, Krillin, no! You know what I'm saying? And then it gave birth to probably the best transformation in all of fucking anime. Super Saiyan from Goku. God dang!
It would have held more weight if you'd have stayed dead.
Yeah, but they got the Dragon Ball, so.
Trash.
All right, second place for me is because usually these deaths that occur in family really like hit me harder because I'm a family person. If you guys know Masamune from Soul Eater, it's Tsubaki's older brother, and it was during like Black Star's arc.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and he went and got the legendary sword, and that was Tsubaki's older brother, and she had to like kill him, she had to absorb him.
Word.
Yeah, that one hit me kind of hard because I was like, dang, like if I was in this world, you know what I'm saying, and I had to do that to like one of my older cousins or whatever, you know what I'm saying, like that would hurt me so bad. And then the last one, you guys wouldn't necessarily know this because it's not animated yet, but if you guys have ever watched the anime D. Grayman, it continued in the manga.
Classic.
D. Grayman, one of my most favorite ones. If you guys never read past all the way to the where we are at now, one of the characters' name is Alma Karma. He is Yukonda's technical, basically like his twin clone, because Yu is actually a clone that they used for Innocence, and a whole it was like, because they were experimented on, bro. Like Sasuke wish he had his backstory, bro. Sasuke wish he had Yukonda's backstory. And like Alma at the end, where Alma was like slowly turning into dust, and Yu held on to him, and he was like, Alan, just leave us here. And I was like, oh God, that's really
tough one.
Tough one. And then honorable mention, I will say that this anime for sure, Gurren Lagann, Kamina.
I watch that. I've looked at past like at least a good 200 times.
Bro,
I just
listen,
can't do it.
for all the new gen lovers of anime, you know what I'm saying? You, what's it called? Bandwagons? Because, you know, you guys now think it's cool to love anime when I've loved it since before. I used to get bullied because I liked anime. Fuck all y'all. Anyway.
You think you had it bad.
He had it probably most likely worse.
I'm 34. We are the first generation that pushed for even nerds to like it. So yeah, we are the, I feel like personally, if you're between, I'm 34, so I would say between 30 to 40, you are the first actual real strong generation to push for anime. That's just personal. I understand there are other people older that got it first, like the old school anime, but that's what I'm saying, like 1999 Outlaw Star, Yu Yu Hakusho, like Fooly Cooly, we were the first ones to like, we're down for anime. Gundam, all them Zero, like that's us. So.
Yeah, but Kamina on honorable mention. I would have said Jiraiya, but I already did Neji. But you know, when he was sitting there, like, and he was just staring out the sky, and it was just like, damn, bro, like y'all really like built this dude up to be like a big brother to our main character, and then y'all kill him like that, bro. And then but it did push him to become the character that we all love now. You know what I'm saying? If you can't believe in yourself, believe in the me that believes in you. That is a hard ass line. I carry that in my head too.
That's pretty heavy. That's a pretty heavy line. That's legit. If you
That's
can't
a bar.
You said that you can't believe in yourself, then believe in
Even the me that believes in you.
That's nice. That's a good ass line. Okay. And it's kind of funny because I do remember D Gray Man is another, that's one of the first animes, the mangas that I ever read. One of the first ones. And it's funny because in D Gray Man, I can't remember what the guy's name is, but there was a kid who wanted to be an exorcist and he was obsessed with soccer.
I know who you're talking about.
And he ended up getting killed.
Yeah.
Because like, I guess those demons, I can't remember what they called them.
Akuma.
The Akuma. They strung him up and hung him upside down and they snatched his heart out.
Yeah.
And left him there on like a light pole. But
that's also an honorable mention, but
they had a backstory for it and everything. And like how he grew up as a kid and all he wanted to do was like play soccer. And he was just he's like a very laid back character, like support character. Like the same way as far as like, you can maybe say like Krillin, or it's like those people that aren't the strongest, but they're just nice. They're really cool go-to people, but it's like, they're like the fourth or fifth strongest person that you can connect with. And it just like, they did him so dirty because he ran up against an Akuma that he was not prepared to fight.
Not prepared at all.
And they pretty much just had him like as a kid and stuff like that. And they strung him up. And this one chick, she had a butterfly to where she puts a thing on his chest.
It was, no, it was the other dude that was part of the, one of the, I know who you're talking about because that's also another honorable mention would have been Alan, but you know he's not dead. But that's how they killed Alan. I remember you talking where he could just take out his heart.
Just took his heart out, and all it shows, it just has like the I guess like I can't remember what they call it, but like blowout scene to where like they change the color of like it, and all you hear is like a crunch or like kind of a squish noise,
splat sound. Yeah,
and all of a sudden it just has him like hanging upside down. And it's where he looks, he's just like, it's a short middle-aged guy with a hoodie on, just chill. Oh, what's up? Had paint on his, oh, what's up, man? You know, uses a soccer ball as his exorcist tool to kill demons and stuff like that.
Which is pretty fucking cool, by the way.
Cause, man, that's one of the saddest scenes. I hate when they do backstories and it shows him as a kid and just for him to get his heart snatched out. And they found him hanging upside down, like with his heart out. It was rough.
Yeah. Y'all should watch it though.
You definitely should.
Never seen it.
D Gray Man is classic. So, gonna start with our list. I'm gonna start with my honorable mentions first, and I'm gonna work my way all the way up. So, for me, my honorable mention is kind of a two-part, but it's pretty simple to understand. My first one was the entire cast of Akame ga Kill.
Oh, that is an honorable mention.
That was rough. Like, every single one of them died in like a way that that was so rough. And at the same time was lonely. And they even foreshadowed it because in the beginning, like when the main character, he's like, oh, we're all heroes and stuff like that. And they all have a serious moment. And they said like, we're not heroes. We expect to die at any point in time at this entire mission. So it's like.
Bulat, big bro, died on that ship. Woo!
I think the toughest part, the two ones that hurt the most was old boy with the dragon wire falling.
Yo!
Him falling out of the
fell onto the pit of spikes.
Was it a spike, or I thought he just fell on like a gate or something like that?
No, it was they pulled up spikes. That's the anime death. The manga death is kind of like, he was badass in the manga death. The manga death version, the samurai dude, he killed him. And he was like, I see you have the will to live, but sadly
not today, bro.
Yeah, bro, like you ran into me.
Shish kebab. Folded. So, understand. And of course, I can't remember what the other girl's name is, the one that was the
sword
lion.
girl?
The lion.
The Leone?
Leonin. I think hers was rough because it was like,
we thought she was fine.
I think it was very symbolic because it kind of touched like my uncles are all military, and like personally kind of hit on. I even see a lot of friends that are military and stuff like that, and it kind of like it reminded me of like a military veteran. Honestly, that just kind of came back from war because she got stabbed, you know, but then still managed to finish the mission, walked off all cool, and then proceeded to walk into an alleyway and died by herself with no one knowing. They all thought she left, but she went and died on her own, and that's kind of like, almost, it's very poetic, like kind of how a lot of us will save face like we're okay in society, but then, you know, we will suffer, you know, in dark spaces by ourselves. So,
and if anything, that was mainly, I think, her character too, because she was the loud and rambunctious of the group.
Yeah.
But in reality, she had more like sadness than all of them.
Right, trauma than all of them. So that was a crazy one for me. And then the obvious one was Night Eye from My Hero. That was simply tough because he was just a stand-up dude, and then like how his ability to see things, and like it kind of like did this reel of what's the kid that he was one that was supposed to be like really he was supposed to be the one that was actually supposed to take what's the name's place. All Might's place. But we know we're talking the blonde haired kid, you know, he's pretty much
the one that
could
like
watching him, like, you know, like when Night Eye, like his last thing he did was watch the reels of like the time of his life and stuff like that. That was tough to watch because he was such a gangster character and stuff like that. That death was rough. So yeah, that was kind of tough to watch. My number 5, Neji. I remember just being mad as fuck. That's why he's my number 5. I wasn't sad. I was just upset because it was so random. It didn't make any sense. I understand that they had to kill somebody who had some level of emotional weight. And I distinctly remember growing up, Neji was like, you know, all the girls crushed. They always thought he was attractive, and, you know, Tintin and Neji and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. He was very popular in the anime. So it was like, I do feel like he got hoed solely because they had to raise the severity of the war.
I have something to say about that later on. But
so if they didn't kill somebody, then they would have a problem. So my number 4, Major Hughes, Full Metal. I have a daughter. And after seeing that, like, I mean, that one hurt because he got shot, or he was killed by Envy, who dressed up like his wife and killed him, and he died in a phone booth. And the last thing that you see of him was the blood leaking onto a picture of his daughter. And what made it even worse is at the funeral, the daughter was screaming. She's like, "Why are they pouring dirt on mommy? Or why is he pouring dirt on daddy? Mommy, explain, tell them to stop. Why are they pouring?" That killed me. And especially when Colonel Mustang lost his shit on Envy after that.
Oh yeah, that was well deserved. Well deserved.
That entire process, what literally was like the first example, I think, emotional as far as like watching like it go from like, you know, disbelief to sadness to despair to rage. Like that entire process of watching that.
Isn't it like the stages of grief?
Yeah. Stages of grief. And that hit home. So that was crazy one. Number 3, Yamamoto, Genryu Sai, killed in the 1,000-Year Blood War, the head captain of the Gotei 13. That caught me off guard. We never suspected that. The strongest Shinigami in 1,000 years was killed.
Yamamoto.
The old guy.
Oh, with the white beard?
Yeah, with the white beard.
Yeah,
him getting cut down like that was so unexpected. It was kind of foreshadowed and stuff like that because he was stuck in his ways, and obviously the enemy had evolved and stuff like that. And Yamamoto and Onoha were like the last, aside from Shunsui, were the last one. Last Ugetake, Shinsui. Well, no, it's not even because those they're second generation. So Onohana, Retsu, and Ginryu Sai are the last two captains from the original 13 core guards. So they kind of foreshadowed they were getting rid of him, but to watch Yamamoto die that way was tough to watch. My number 2, which I definitely was sad about for a long time because I was a big Naruto fan, Asuma Saratobi.
How could I fucking forget him, bro? Oh,
the reason why that hit home for me because I personally connected with Shikamaru because he's a cool, laid-back dude that was always supportive. So to watch him, again, same thing, go through his process as far as in terms of watching Asuma die and that being like the cool uncle and stuff like that. He's really close with his father. And even that scene where he broke down, when Shikaku was like, he's like, he kept complimenting him how smart he was. And that was the whole thing is that, Shikamaru's been faced with a lot of his constant thing about him the entire show was that he's a leader. He's a leader. People rely upon him. They put their lives in their hands. And he was constantly coming out of those situations barely or him being okay or unscathed. And all the people around him were either dying, getting killed, or badly injured. And so I think that broke him. Is that he wasn't smart enough, he wasn't strong enough to save Asuma. And, so watching the part where, he lit the cigarette for Asuma was...
Oh, that was gangster as hell, boy.
The most gangster thing in the world, you know what I'm saying?
Which, you lit it up.
Even the scene with Shikamaru losing his shit, when his father kept complimenting him and then he finally lost it, he's like, that single line, he's like, it's okay. Let the pieces fall. Ooh. I'll be here to pick them back up. That was gangster. It made me want to hug my dad because you just hear him walk out and then he closes the door and Shikamaru just loses it. So, and then the number 1 for me, which 100, I cried a little bit when it came to Asuma, but this one I full on cried and I'm gangster enough to admit it. Koro Sensei, Assassination Class. Cried my heart out. I cried my heart out when he died. Like, I think without a doubt, he was definitely probably one of the most influential characters in anime because he taught them how to live.
True.
Everything had taught them how to live, to go from literally somebody who was an assassin, to teaching them how to live, to form that connection because, spoiler alert, the moon exploding was because, he's eventually going to explode. So if you don't kill him, the whole world's going to blow up and you're going to kill everybody in the population. So that was his last wish. He wanted to be killed by his students. They all held him down.
So he was an Itachi, huh?
Right. And then they killed him. Like that sacrifice, I cried. That was a rough one.
And then it's even more rough because like you said, he taught them how to live because if you guys haven't seen Assassination Classroom, it's like he chose basically the underdogs of the academy.
Yep.
Because he's the only one that saw potential in them to do what everybody thought that they could do otherwise.
You have to watch that show.
Watch it.
In my personal opinion, top 10, 20 animes of all time. In my book. Even if it's 19 or if it's number 20. It's definitely there.
Definitely there.
But let's see about this one. Let's keep this one going. I'll see you in a second on part 2. And we're back. So we just did a recap of saddest anime deaths. We did our top 5. Did you already erase yours?
Yeah, I already erased mine. Okay. But I remember mine.
So I'll recap mine really quick. So going up from honorable mention to all the way up to number 1. So my honorable mention was the entire cast of Akame ga Kill and split between Night Eye from My Hero Academia. My number 5 was Neji. That just really pissed me off. Number 4 was Major Hughes from Full Metal. I have a daughter, so that one touched me, that really touched my heart. It kind of hit me. I didn't have a daughter back then when that came out, but the more the time spends and I have a 4-year-old daughter named Trinity, that doesn't go away. That's never going to go away from me. Number 3 was Yamamoto, Ginryu Sai. That one just caught me off guard. Bleach is my favorite anime, so that's what that was. Number 2, Asuma Saratobi dying. I fuck with Shikamaru, and I always loved Asuma because I love mentors that don't necessarily have to be overbearing or super powerful or the most popular and stuff like that. They just simply need to have a good relationship, a good rapport with their students and mentors. And that's something that I strive to be as a big homie and as a dancer. You know, it is what it is. So that one definitely kind of made me cry a little bit. And the number one that got me that full-blown crying that I was like, okay, I gotta wipe tears out of my eyes, Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom. So that's my list. What you got?
My list, I'll start up from the bottom. Honorable mention was Kamina from Gurren Lagann. Just because like he was such a big brother to our main character, and just to see him die in like the first like basic 5 episodes. Fifth one was Kite from Hunter x Hunter, just because like to me that death like really pushed like the sincerity of these ants. Like we thought Kite was the shit when we saw him, and he was just demolished.
That was essential to the plot, Kite's death.
Yeah, for sure. Neji, kind of similar to him in a way. I wasn't angry. I was more confused because I was like, I felt like there is a different character that could have been used for what the creator was wanting out of this.
Any of them could have.
Any of them, or even a character. I'll get into it later. But third one was Krillin because he was the. He was one of my favorite characters growing up, and Dragon Ball was one of the animes that I really fell in love with growing up, and just to see one of my favorite characters get killed like that, and then like obviously it being the catalyst to the greatest transformation in all of anime. You already know what it is. Masamune from Soul Eater, which is Tsubaki's brother in the Black Star arc, where for him to get that like cool ass Japanese like sword, she had to absorb her brother and kill him, and it was, oh man. Any deaths involving like family members killing their siblings, i.e. Sasuke with Itachi, stuff like that, like it really brings my like heart to like a stop, because like I am a family person. If anybody, you guys know me personally, I love family over everything. And finally, Alma Karma, because from D. Grayman, it wasn't animated. This is a manga death. So for the people who know, you know. He was basically one of our main characters, Yu Karma, his twin clone, and they were both experimented on to get innocence, which is the weapon they use to kill demons in the show. And basically he comes back later as an Akuma, and it's just like he's angry with, you know, how he was experimented on and everything. And just like his final moments, finally like, you know, like, I'm sorry. I know what I did was wrong and stuff like that, but I just wanted it to last again with just me and you. And like, his final moments were what really killed me. Because once you read through the manga and like use backstory and how like sinister the church is,
yeah,
low-key, which kind of can be a resemblance to our everyday government now in a way, but you know. But it's like, dang, like, that hurts, because they were family to each other. Like, as much as Yu is a hard ass, like, he really did like love that dude, and to see him go like that, he's the reason why he's like that today. So those are my 5 in my honorable mention.
So okay, so if you had, aside from Krillin, because you gotta take him off because he's always getting brought back, if you could bring back one person from your list, who would it be? Honorable mention included as well.
Honorable mention included. Honestly, it's kind of hard because I think all of my deaths are like deaths that like were needed. But honestly, nah, fuck that. I'd bring back Neji. Fuck that. I'd bring back Neji.
I do definitely agree. Like, that's why I said I was mad, because Neji's death like was so random.
Very.
It was way too random. And his situation is like, Neji, you have like the air palm, the Gale palm. Like, you could have just like simply pushed that away. It was a spike.
But the thing was that the spike was from the 10 tails, so it was like
an air palm. Air.
True.
I get that it's chakra, but you can still push it, you know, whatever case.
At least out the way, like to graze
kick it. Yeah, and that's what like, and that's why what even made it mad as well is like, even as time went on, it was kind of like, because one thing that pissed me off is that like, so Neji got killed and Guy Sensei didn't use the 8 gates. It pissed me off. It's like,
true.
It's like, bro, so you thought it, so it's like, you think now's the best time to use the 8 gates? Like, now that like nothing's like, bro, one of your students just died right in front of you, bro. And you didn't do anything.
And then, you know, it was crazy too, because to me, it was like, when I saw it, if they're pushing a character to die, low key, I felt like one character death that would have honestly been a better push would have been Jiraiya, but he was used already. He already died earlier. Which also, another honorable mention, which I know for sure anybody thinks of sad anime deaths, it would be Jiraiya. He's probably top 5.
Right, I think that's what I say. It's across the board. That's kind of like the poster child for like saddest deaths.
Yeah, but like to me, it was just like, okay, say Jiraiya did survive past the pain arc. Say he wasn't killed. Say like he was just missing in action. They found him and he's brought back to health magically somehow, and he's fighting in the war. You know, I felt like his death would have been way more better to me than Neji, because obviously like that's his sensei and everything. Because like at that point it was like, okay, I get Neji is one of Naruto's friends, but bro, like not to say that we forgot about you, but we kind of like forgot about you.
I mean, you
everything
forgot about anybody that wasn't part of Team 7, period.
Basically.
I would accept it if Sai would have died.
Sai?
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually would have been.
Sai, preferably Sakura, would have been great, in all honesty. You know.
But you know who's gonna... Oh, hold on.
Even though it wouldn't have accepted, you know what would have been really crazy? It really pushed me over the edge? If he not have died.
But she did it during the...
No, bro, she didn't die. She was alive, bro.
Okay,
she didn't die.
but-
She didn't die.
Bro, if Hinata died, dog...
That would have been a real one. That would have really kind of propelled him forward. That would have been a real push.
sure.
But I think for me, I think I probably would have, to bring one back, I think I probably would have had to go with Major Hughes.
Understandable.
Because Major Hughes is one, it's like, it didn't do anything but just piss off Colonel Mustang. There wasn't really like any Yeah,
Fucking her up, boy.
Yeah, like, oh, what's a he? Remember, it's a boy.
Oh, my bad.
The boy. And the irony, I think about it, the reason it was, because remember, like, Envy actually looks just like Aaron's father. That's why he kept changing and stuff like that. He didn't like the way he looked. And he was envious of Aaron and them because that's who he chose. Heimer, whatever his name is. But he chose them instead of Envy. Yeah. And so that was like kind of led the whole thing is why Envy always like hated the Elwood brothers and stuff like that so intensely. But oh no, like for me, it's just like that one didn't, that was don't get me wrong, it was an amazing death scene. And then like I said, every time I see it, like you know when they sing clips and stuff like that on YouTube about deaths, I scroll past that. I can't watch that. Really? I can't. I've watched it probably like 2 or 3 times because obviously when I found Full Metal Alchemist on Adult Swim, Cartoon Network and stuff like that. So I came into like midway when the anime was happening. So I was just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. But okay, this guy died. All right, well, let me try and go back a couple episodes, see it again. It's like, oh, okay, oh, that's who he is. That's how, he died. I was like, damn, that sucks the way he died. And then I went back and watched the entire series. And so after seeing it, I was like, dang, that's a jacked up way to die. So it was a tough one. But like out of all these, it's kind of like Neji, I do feel was really random. That's why I said that just made me mad. I was just upset. Like I was sad, but I was more upset than anything else. Asuma was very, very sad as well. I do think that it was essential to Shikamaru's development.
Growth and development, yeah.
Right, he had to, get past that of like the loss of what it's supposed to be a leader, In a sense, that's why I feel like he's kind of like the other side of the coin for Naruto, really, because it's like, Naruto, you're the strongest in the village, you're gonna be the Hokage, so your lives, people are gonna have their lives in your hands. Mm-hmm. But actionality on the other side of it is like, okay, well, this is what it looks like when you don't have all that power and you have to use your intelligence.
True, when you're not some geeked out fucking alien ninja hybrid.
Right, you're
a regular schmegular ninja.
Yeah, you're too OP. So it's like, dealing with that, that's why I'm like, and even what sucked about it as well, which really kind of pissed me off about the war, is that like, bro, you even killed his dad.
Yeah, bro.
Hit him
with that huge fucking like tailed beast bomb.
It's just like, that was crazy because he was like, oh, clearly they're aiming for him. She's like, Shikamaru, be quiet, listen to me. These are my final orders. And all of a sudden the line just goes silent and they launch it. And remember also, what's her name? Her dad as well died.
Yeah, Ino.
Ino, her dad
Ino's
too.
dad died.
He's like, so what do we do? He's like, I don't know. It's probably gonna probably should hit anytime soon. They've already launched it. There's nowhere to run. And all of a sudden you just see poof. And
yeah, oh man.
I was like, Shikamaru is
getting hoed.
Like he's getting done greasy, bro. Like throughout the entire series, I think he is getting beat up the most. Your friends, when you go out, then you go have to chase after somebody that you don't really care about.
Yeah.
You know, and you could see kind of how selfish he is. Then you lose your teacher, then you lose your dad, and you lose more friends, and you're like, it's just like, bro. Now you're the advisor to the
Hokage. And it's crazy too, because some might even say that Shikamaru was a better friend than Sasuke ever was to Naruto.
Sure. Absolutely,
I remember, I think it was one of the filler episodes, or it may have been part of one of the Naruto movies, but there was a moment where I think it was Naruto's birthday. And
Shikamaru and Choji were running around with him.
No, Naruto was home alone. Mm-hmm. In this scene, Naruto was home alone because obviously, I think at that point, nobody knew Naruto's birthday was the same day as the Nine-Tailed Fox Festival. Mm-hmm. And Shikamaru was one of the only people in that whole, in all of like the Young 13 to ask like, yo, where's Naruto? And everybody was like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. Where the hell is Naruto? Well, besides Hinata also. And then Shikamaru brought everybody, like he went over to Naruto's house and he saw Naruto we actually get to see the extent of Naruto's loneliness, right? Which he's in there in his room just like chilling. I think he was also injured from a fight or whatever, but he was just home alone, and Shikamaru brought the whole gang to his house and brought the party to Naruto's house. And it was
but even further back than that, because remember they have small scenes where they're getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And it's literally Shikamaru, Choji, and Naruto running around. Mm-hmm. And they even ask like Shikaku, and he's like, why do you let your son play with him? He's like, that's a layered question.
That's a very layered question.
But it needs, I was like that, and it kind of, it's kind of cool because like I will give it to him, like I will give credit to Kishimoto because like when he ties in a lot of those things, because even they answer the question like how easy it would have been Naruto to turn to the dark side, because remember, B's the one that actually gives him the answer. He's like, yo, you have to find love in your heart. Like you actually have to have love in your heart to control the tail beast. And that's why they were saying like so many people, even with the previous user, what was it, B's cousin or whatever case may be, why he died is because like they said he had a hole in his heart. He's like, no, it's because he didn't have any love. And so like when he fell into despair and stuff like that, 8 or 7-tailed beast went on a rampage and took over and stuff like that. And so that's what they were saying, like, if it wasn't for those situations, like Naruto not knowing love, then it would have been much easier for him to fall. But because he didn't have it, and all he had to do was, all he kept doing was getting it more and more and more and more and stuff like that.
They even, it was in one of the movies where Naruto gets sent to like an alternate universe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we actually got to see like what an actual evil Naruto would look like. And boy, was he cold. Boy, was he cold, let me tell you. Black-haired Naruto?
The only thing that was kind of weird about it is that, but it wasn't Kurama. It was like them weird ass like squirrels and pigeons or whatever the fuck.
Something like that.
It was something like that. You know, but it had it been Kurama,
it's over for the Hidden Leaf, bro.
Yeah, they would have been out of there.
Yeah.
Evil. So, but yeah, guys, I mean, those are my opinions on as far as like saddest deaths.
Also, honorable mention, Aaron's mother.
Man, it didn't really get to me that much. I thought that was kind of jacked up, but I got over that really quick.
What? You telling me?
Because I mean, anybody's mom, but it's kind of like, obviously when we're looking at the story, it's like you don't really have that much time to kind of develop it, you know, that relationship.
Well,
I was sadder about when we first got to see God Mode Levy, when his friends got killed.
That was crazy.
He was just flying by him and couldn't say anything. He was just looking at him.
Yeah.
You know, lost it. I guess you can kind of put that in probably one of the best rage moments, maybe. But like, yeah, when his friends...
I think it is in some of the compilations.
Oh, okay. Yeah, watching that one, I think, and there is one more in there that's kind of sad death. I just can't remember. Somebody died in that show. That it was kind of sad.
Was it Commander.
Nah. His was more gangster. I was when he died, I was kind of like, dang, that's jacked up. Because I was like, remember, because they were going to turn him into the Colossal Titan, but then like his instinct kicked and he swatted it away. So he thought he was answering a question and stuff like that. So they kind of took that as like a sign to not, you know, oh, man, you should have brought the commander back. Let the dude die, bro.
But I don't know, man. Armin was smart as hell, though.
But he wasn't smarter than the commander, though. He wasn't. Not at that time period.
But he grew to become just as smart as the commander. Granted, they made him into a bitch later on. I will add, he's a full-on bitch now. But
yeah, well, that's all we got, guys. I mean, if you got any honorable mentions, give me your top 5 and give me your honorable mentions as far as like what you think the saddest deaths in anime were. That's all we got. This has been a good one. Good series of episodes. Definitely hope to see you on the next one. This is part 2, saddest anime deaths. But most importantly, before we go, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, share it, like it, comment at the bottom. Let me know your thoughts. Catch you on the next one. Peace.